The galactic immigration checkpoint on station Kepler-7 processed approximately 14,000 beings per cycle. Cassius had worked the scanner booth for 3 solar years, and he'd seen every species the consortium had cataloged. All 417 of them. He was Vexian, his crystalline skin refracting the station's harsh lights into prismatic patterns. His 4 arms worked the controls with practiced efficiency, waving each arrival through after the mandatory biological scan. The scanner was simple enough. It measured threat levels, classified species, and assigned appropriate clearance codes. Green meant peaceful. Yellow meant caution. Red meant potential danger, requiring additional security protocols that in 3 years, Cassius had never seen anything beyond yellow. Next, he called, his voice synthesizer translating the clicks and whistles of his native tongue into common galactic. A young human female stepped forward. She was small compared to most species, barely reaching his lowest shoulder, with dark hair pulled into a practical knot and wearing the standard gray jumpsuit of civilian travelers. Her identification chip read, Edith Reeves, Earth, Sol System. Purpose of visit? Cassius asked, already positioning her in front of the scanner array. Xenobiology research, Edith replied, her voice steady. I'm here to study the coral forests on Kepler-7b. Standard enough. Humans had been part of the consortium for only 2 generations, but they'd quickly established themselves as enthusiastic scientists and explorers. Cassius had processed dozens of them. They were always so curious, so eager. He initiated the scan. The machine hummed, its sensors passing over Edith's frame in waves of invisible radiation. Cassius watched his monitor, waiting for the familiar readout. Then his screen exploded with red. Not just red, a blazing crimson that pulsed like an alarm. Text scrolled across his display faster than he could read, biological markers and threat assessments cascading in an incomprehensible stream. Then, suddenly, everything froze. 4 words appeared in the center of his screen, burning in letters that seemed almost angry. Do not specify. Cassius's translator chip stuttered. In 3 years, he'd never seen this. The scanner classified everything. That was its entire purpose. He looked up at Edith, who was waiting patiently, completely unaware of the chaos on his screen. Is something wrong? She asked. One moment. Cassius's primary hands flew across the controls while his secondary hands reached for the emergency comm. This had to be a malfunction. He ran the scan again. Same result. Red screen. Do not classify. Station security arrived within minutes. Commander Vril, a massive draconian with scales like burnished copper, pushed through the growing crowd of delayed travelers. What's the emergency, Cassius? The scanner. I can't explain it. See for yourself. Vril's reptilian eyes narrowed as he studied the display. He'd been in security for 20 years, had fought in the contested Rim Wars, had faced down terrorists and smugglers and things that gave even veteran soldiers nightmares. Human, he said slowly, looking at Edith with something that might have been respect or fear. Cassius couldn't tell which. How long have you been off-world? This is my first time leaving Earth, Edith said, confusion creeping into her voice. Look, I have all my permits. My research grant was approved by the Consortium Science Division. I don't understand what's happening. Vril turned to Cassius. Pull up the human baseline file. The classified one. Classified. Cassius's hands trembled as he accessed files he didn't even know existed. A document appeared, marked with security clearances far above his pay grade. Species. Homo sapiens, human. Origin. Earth. SOL System Consortium Status. Provisional Member Scanner Protocol. Do not for the file continued, and as Cassius read, his crystalline skin flickered with colors that betrayed his shock. Humans, it explained, were an anomaly. Their home world was a death world. Gravity 1.3 times galactic standard. Oxygen levels toxic to most species. Predators that would terrify consortium marines. Humans had evolved as persistence hunters, capable of running their prey to death across continents. Their bones were reinforced with calcium phosphate matrices that could withstand impacts that would shatter Vexian crystal. Their immune systems fought wars inside their bodies every day against organisms that could devastate entire space stations. But that wasn't why the scanner couldn't classify them. They adapt, Vril said quietly, reading over Cassius's shoulder. Show them a problem, and they'll solve it. Threaten them, and they'll become the threat. Put them in any environment, and they'll not only survive, they'll thrive. The scanner can't classify them because they're every color. Green because individually, they're peaceful. Yellow because they're unpredictable. Red because when pushed, they're the most dangerous thing in the galaxy. Cassius looked at Edith with new eyes. She seemed so fragile, so ordinary. But the scanner had measured her bone density, her muscle efficiency, her neural processing speed, her potential. The machine couldn't classify her because humans refused to be just one thing. "I'm sorry for the delay, Ms. Reeves," Vril said, stepping back. "Welcome to Kepler 7. Enjoy your research." Edith smiled, a warm, genuine expression, and picked up her bag. "Thank you. I'm really excited to see the coral forests." As she walked away toward the station interior, Cassius watched her disappear into the crowd. She looked like any other traveler, but the red glow of his screen remained a reminder. "Sir," Cassius said slowly, "should I be worried? About humans?" Vril's laugh was a deep rumble. "Worried? No. Just remember what the scanner is really telling us. It's not that we can't classify them." He tapped the screen where those 4 words still burned. "It's that we shouldn't. Because the moment you put humans in a box, they'll show you they never fit there in the first place." The warning faded from Cassius's screen, and he called for the next traveler. But for the rest of his shift, he kept thinking about Edith and wondering what humanity would show the galaxy next.